What's up guys, My Hookset here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Hope you guys had an awesome Christmas and time away with families. It's New Year's Eve today, so it's only fitting to do a top moments of 2019 and wanted to wish you guys an early Happy New Year's, and hopefully 2020 ends up being even more awesome than 2019 was. So with that, let's get into it with number 10. All right, at number 10 we got me and my buddy Ricky doubling up on some rainbow trout. I had been on the longest skunk streak of my life. I'd spent probably 25 to 30 hours on the water, doing everything from plugging to using beads to floating an egg sack. I tried everything. Basically just could not even get a bite. Nothing was happening. So we went out looking for some rainbow trout. Lucky enough to get into some. So here's number 10, breaking the skunk streak.
Come on. Got him. Got him. That was a good take right there. That was nice. Oh, we want. Yeah, this one's a little bigger than the last one. Yeah, baby. Here, we're getting two on the net on this one too. Let's go. There we go. There's one in the net.
I don't know, you might have me. I got a nice
I think mine's bigger than yours. And bang! Look at it.
Next up, number 9. We've got me and my wife out on the river looking to get her hooked into her first king salmon. It was later in the year, just floating some skein under a bobber. Hadn't had much going on, and then finally get hooked up. This is also the trip that I forgot the net, which didn't really help us a whole lot, but she was able to experience the first run of a king, taking a bunch of lines. So here we go, number 9.
To the camera. Oh, never mind. That is not normally a catfish run.
Coming in at number 8 is my first ever snook. Snook is one of those fish that has been on my fish bucket list for a long time. This summer I was lucky enough to have an opportunity to get out with my brother-in-law, looking for snook, redfish, kind of whatever we could catch, and was lucky enough to get into it. So here's number 8.
Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. First ever snook.
Coming in at number 7 is the Ohio rainbow trout pond that I was able to find. My wife was in a wedding. I had an entire day to burn up until the wedding. Found one pond online that mentioned they might stock trout. Went there and just absolutely killed it. Caught probably 5 to 6 trout within 30 minutes of finding them. Even came back the next day with my wife, spent 10 minutes there. She caught 3 fish on her own. We were on our way. So number 7, rainbow trout in Ohio.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Number 6 is my PB largemouth bass. I used to do a ton of bass fishing back in the day. Then I started steelhead fishing and that kind of ruined it for me. So I kind of dropped off there for 6 to 8 years, and then this past summer kind of got back into it more so on the river fishing with live minnows. Kind of fun. You can catch anything. We've caught 11 different species in one outing for 3 hours. So one of the times was lucky enough to hook into this really nice largemouth bass. Ended up coming in at about 3.5 pounds, which I know isn't massive, but for someone like me who hasn't done a ton of bass fishing, I was pumped. So here we go.
Some kind of bass. As soon as you get a shot at it, take it, because I don't think I have this thing hooked all that great. You're right here. Yeah. Oh, baby. He's a chunker. Look how fat. Look at the gut on that thing. That was literally like I just cast that as close to shore as I could. Look at that. Look at the gut on that.
Coming in at number 5 is a clip where I get short bit twice by a king salmon. Every year we make a trip up north during the salmon run. This was the second day fishing and it just started out slow. We hadn't been able to get onto a ton. We're fishing this run, and with king salmon, one of the most aggravating things is for such big fish, when you have a ball of skein on your hook, they'll just nip at the corners, and we call that short bit, getting short bit. And basically, they bite enough that they can get a chunk of the bait off, but not enough that you can actually set the hook and get them. It's super frustrating because you know there's fish there, and you know that they know they're trying to get caught. So you will get short bit maybe 8 to 10 times in a run, maybe never hook up. This was one of the times I was lucky enough, I was right on it. He must have taken a little bit more than he should have, so I end up getting hooked up. So at what number is this? Number 5, we got me catching the short bit salmon.
This is a big fish. Yep. There we go. We're out in the middle. I wouldn't anchor, but I think just float. Just put it in neutral. We can just kind of go with the river, and I mean, there's her. He's way.
Coming in at number 4, we got me and my buddy Ricky out on the river. It is the middle of summer. We're barefoot, shorts, t-shirt, just perfect. Which, given right now when we got 6 inches of snow outside last night, sounds pretty dang good. But with this clip, it is Ricky catching a scamania off a creek mouth. These fish are summer run steelhead. They are real thin, narrow, but they are torpedoes. They run like crazy, they fight like crazy, and they are just a ton of fun to catch. So here at number 4, Ricky's scamania catch with this fish just going nuts.
Seriously? Oh my gosh. That thing is pissed. Look at that thing go.
That rocket under bobber down.
That thing was just thrashing like crazy. I was like, yep, just take your time. Ooh. Right chrome. Beaut. Oh, I don't like that. Here we go. Sheesh. Ricky. Look at that. Freaking go.
All right, guys, we are at the top 3 moments of 2019. This number 3 clip I call the 11-pound butterball. Me and my buddy Ricky were out fishing again, and we were looking for king salmon and basically just floating skein under a bobber, working this run. We just got bit a couple times, weren't able to connect. Hook into this thing, and we think it's just this awesome salmon. Get it in the boat, and it just turns out to be a chunk of a steelhead. I've caught multiple double-digit 10+ steelhead before. They've always been longer. I've had some fat ones, but this thing was the shortest, fattest steelhead I have ever seen. So coming in at number 3, 11-pound butterball.
Either just got short bit. Yep. I got one. I'm gonna need help with the bobber. I'm already maxed out, or yeah, I would have sent it way up. Awfully chrome.
Oh, ho, 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 it's not a steelhead.
Ready?
Oh, what is that, dude? It is a giant steelhead, dude.
Sheesh. Big fat hen.
Oh,
Let's go.
look at that fatty football. Let's go.
Jeez.
One of the shortest.
Weight on that one. All right, guys, we are at number 2. My number 2 moment of the year is my PB smallmouth. So this was fishing the same river during the summer with Ricky, fishing with just live minnows we had netted in the river, floating them under a bobber. We had caught a number of smallmouth, caught a couple walleye before this. I'm fishing with an ultralight pole, maybe 4.5 feet long, so this pole is just tiny. and I end up hooking into this 4.5 pound smallmouth, which for me is the largest bass period I've ever caught, whether it's a largemouth or smallmouth. And then catching it on a 4.5 foot ultralight pole just made the moment even more crazy. So number 2, PB smallmouth.
Oh, you're that thing was down for like 3 seconds before you hit it. Oh yeah, I got a decent fish here. Yours, no joke, was pinned underwater for like 3 seconds before you hit that thing. That's a nice fish. Boy.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Holy crap.
All right, guys, if you stuck with me this long, we're at the number 1 moment. I just want to thank you for 2019. Appreciate all the support for my channel, my Instagram page. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go hit it. We've got a ton of exciting things coming up. Took a trip at the end of this year, have some awesome content going to be coming out soon. So appreciate all of you for 2019. Without further ado, the number 1 moment was my first 20+ pound salmon. We take a trip up north every year, always go up, always end up catching some fish. Sometimes we catch a lot, sometimes it's not as many. This trip was basically quality over quantity. The first day we were out and we had both been hooking up and breaking off, and just it wasn't happening. These fish are crazy powerful in the areas we have to fish for them. There's a ton of log piles. So we've been on the water probably 6-7 hours at this point. I get hooked up into a king, nice fish, and we have to navigate basically through about 4 log piles before we can get out to the middle of the river to have a chance. And basically my whole goal of this trip was to get on a 20+ pound king, and accomplished that with this one. Ended up being 23 pounds, not even the biggest one of the trip, but definitely the most memorable. So top moment 2019, 20+ pound king.
That's like straight out of a magazine.
Jeez. Maybe? He's not really. He's in the middle. You can get out there. I need to go that way so I can get it under that water. That way. Gosh, he's still there too. Still there, there's just that huge water. out to the middle, maybe. If we get out to the middle, I think I'm on the right side of him. Yeah, I like that better. Yep, he's free. Let's go!
Alright, that's a wrap. Those are the top 10 moments from my 2019 fishing season. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Took a trip at the end of this past year. Got some awesome content from that. Have some great ideas, some cool stuff that's going to be coming up here once the weather warms up. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get notified every time a video comes out. Thank you for all the support and everything you guys have done in 2019. Here's to an awesome 2020. Have a happy new year and nothing but the